there are some people that's scared of Aries, and I'm gonna just use the zodiac sign in this reading, but it's somebody who is possibly Aries. If they're not in Aries sun sign, then this is just somebody who operates out of a lot of toxic masculine fire. Okay, and there are some people that are afraid of Aries. Okay, and this Aries that they're afraid of is a distorted practitioner. This is possibly a cult leader, a makeshift cult leader. I said coke. They may be on drugs, um, but or they may have a tendency to drug people, or they may have a tendency to look for drug addicts. um, because it's I don't want to get too deep into that, but y'all know how that go. Um, So this is somebody who's definitely a distorted practitioner and who have possibly taught a lot of these people about it, which is how they possibly formed their cult. They came in with all of the glitz and the glam and all of the abracadabra, hocus pocus, poof, you got a new job, it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like they came in with the whoop. Okay, they didn't let people know it has like a poisonous bite to it. But isn't that how you know the enemy works? Isn't that how it always worked? It's in the Bible that many of them read. They just didn't read that part very well. That's how it always getcha. It's like it's gotcha. And by the time your eyes are open to the fact that they gotcha, you are in too deep. Okay, they have too many secrets on you. They you have exchanged all sorts of things. They've got your children's information. They've got a little bit too much. Okay, and so these are people who possibly joined this cult. Okay, or who have been auditioning for this cult, who've taken money, spiffs, prizes, um, because they have a shared goal, which is the shared hatred for honorable feminine. And it was kind of this thing of shit, two birds with one stone. I hate this person and get some free shit. What a wonderful way of life. Okay. Now, not all of these people, but in this reading, they scared. They scared of Aries. And what you're looking at is a voodoo doll. Hmm. They scared Aries was going to hold a grudge. Okay. They scared that Aries is going to hold a grudge and have some kind of power and control over them with the voodoo doll. They think that Aries is going to take something out on their children. I'm just giving y'all the reading, okay? They think that, you know, with strength coming in the reverse, they could be feeling weak, nervous, scared, all of this chaos here. All of this hidden dishonor. They're scared about spilling the beans. They're scared about what they did, what they stole, what they have caused. Some of them are scared of facing Aries with the moon in reverse because it's going to be a fight. Um, with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, this could be that Aries is going to be mad about it with this King of Wands in the reverse, which could be the Aries, okay? Whether it's a man or a woman, but this is definitely somebody who is like a distorted wizard, warlock, witch, very abusive, obviously a toxic cult leader, okay? And so they're afraid of the Five of Wands, okay? Well, no, it was first. They're afraid of the Six of Pentacles, which is about taking something. Five of Wands to the Four, which is repetitive cycles. Nine of Wands, pumpkin head, doing something over and over again. They're afraid that they're going to end up doing something to their kid, their family member here. And as you can see, this looks like cult members. It looks like a secret society, doesn't it? In both depictions, it looks like people who got on these secret robes. You see that? Chaos and conflict, jealousy, fights. This could be energetic, spiritual fights that they're afraid that Aries is going to do to theirs right here on this here altar. And the reason why they're afraid of that, because Aries hired them to do it to you. Okay? to do it to you and your children. They're afraid with this Seven of Swords here. If they do that, which is about the theft, the sneakiness, the lies, everything that they've been doing, they're afraid if they expose that, okay, in order to bring justice to balance the scales, if they do that, this is what Aries is going to do to them. Nine of Wands. Whatever they've been doing to you, they're going to do it to them and their children, or they're going to expose, they're going to throw them under the bus out of anger. They know that Aries has an anger problem, even if they're not telling the Aries that, if they're not admitting it, if they're saying, no, Aries, you're the next Michelle Obama, bitch. You know, you're the next Barack. You're the next Barack Obama. Y'all the next Jay-Z and Beyonce. They scared of the anger and the wrath. Look at this, Knight of Swords. Okay, they scared. Maybe Aries knows somebody in the judicial system, but also they're afraid that they're going to hold a grudge and they're going to do some shit. Here's Aries again with the Fool, that they going to do, that Aries is going to do something foolish, okay, and basically do to them what they've been doing to y'all. They're going to try to drive them crazy. They're going to attack them at night and they could churn. They go and they're gonna throw them under the they're gonna throw them under the bus and say they crazy. Gonna attack them in they sleep. Soon as they go to sleep at night, them and they churn the same way they done sent them to attack you in your churn and sleep when y'all sleep at night. That's how they know it, because they were assigned to do that to you. And they're afraid because for whatever reason, I think these people are tired. Whoever is feeling this way, either they're tired or they're concerned about it, okay? Because we have Librian energy, the judicial card here, the scales here. They're afraid that if they don't continue to ostracize and torture you and your adult son with, I mean, look at the picture. It's a lady. He don't look like no toddler. Dude is not a toddler. He look like he almost as big as her. Possibly been attacked by them Walking Dead motherfuckers back there in the background. You look, notice how they all look like zombies and shit. And notice how she look colorful. Like just trip. The background, and look at all them pine trees like they're in the woods, huh? Fascinating. But notice how she seemed to look different than them and how they all seem to blend. Her son, or whoever the man is, because like I say, he's big. He doesn't look like no toddler. Okay. He look like he's tired, worn, and that could be because the attacks have been on him and her. She's just stronger. So they're afraid that if they don't keep this, see how she's in surrounded by these tombstones. If they don't keep doing death magic, yeah, y'all heard me. If they don't keep trying to basically come for her and her son, if they don't keep trying to bury her and her son, if they don't keep trying to poison her and her son, if they don't keep trying to sacrifice her and her son, that Aries is going to hold a grudge and hold something over their head. Four of Pentacles. She's got possibly a voodoo doll of all of them. And their children. Not that they ever would have told them that. I believe that some of these people might be intuitive enough to know that if a bitch gonna do this, look. See, that's intelligence. See, that's when real intelligence kick in. That's when intelligence kick in. If a nigga or a bitch will get a doll on their nephew, niece, cousin, sister, brother, hire you to do some shit, is you retarded? Is you special? Did you just get off the short yellow bus? Because if they'll do it to them, then they'll show the fuck do it to you should you get out of line. They will show in the fuck do it to you should you decide to get the sudden cases of this I'm scared and I'm getting the conscious. Should you get the sudden case of I don't think it's worth it anymore. I thought it was worth it and I don't think it's worth it anymore. Because sometimes people are not as dumb as they may appear. They may start to look at things, not that they're good people, it's just that they start to go, I just don't think it's worth it anymore. This is costing too much. And it's taking too long, it's costing too much, and who knows what it may end up costing my fucking kid. I don't want to do this no more. But something about relocating, going in the reverse. So it's kind of like if they don't continue to somehow try to interfere with whatever the collective has got going on. This could be people who played a role in trying continually over and over again, trying to make something a problem for you. Whether that is to stay or go, either way, continuing to try to make some kind of an issue for the benefit of people, whether to keep you stuck so people can benefit, because it's like you leave, then it's like, you know, okay, you're yeah. You're not, yeah. Even though it's possibly going to be a whole new group of people, y'all, if you land in a different state, in a different, you know. But in terms of the people here, it's like it's game over. Okay.
When it's a new year, game over.
As long as y'all move laterally and stuff, you know, maybe they feel like they could, you know, still benefit, or maybe not as much because they don't have the same type. The proximity stuff is going to change, and those dynamics is going to make it a lot more difficult. And they know that. Okay, it's going to make it a lot more difficult because you're going to be like a fucking vote at this point. No matter what the fuck y'all do at this point, you're going to be like a vote. It's going to be like, good luck to motherfuckers. Try some bullshit. Okay, you're going to be like a fucking vote. You're going to make it clear to every motherfucker, wherever the fuck y'all land, like, understand, I'm going to need this understood straight away, motherfucker. I'm going to need this. Because this, we're not going to play the game. That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to play the game of business affairs. You're embarrassing yourself and you're insulting me, my intelligence. Okay? We're not going to do that. Okay? And they know it. But they're afraid of Aries. They're afraid of Aries. This distorted wet, huh? They're afraid there's death. They're afraid that Aries is going to hold some over their head about their role in some shit. You know, it's a lot that these people start to get scared. I told y'all it happens every time, but don't nobody believe me ever. Ever. Nobody ever believes me. I told y'all it always happens like this. It's fun and games for a long time. It's even a high and a thrill and a rush for a very long time, especially when you in a toxic energy yourself, you in a fucked up ass mentality and stupid. It's fun then, but it don't be fun, you know, when it's like, okay, oh shit. It turns unfun, you know, and then you feel stuck. Because again, no honor amongst thieves. You feel stuck. What am I going to do? I was too involved. It says all illusions are shattering, and that's why, yeah, this was not wise. Feminine wisdom going into the reverse. That's the karmic feminine. That's the karmic feminine. This was not wise. They can say it was fun. They can say they got a lot of stuff, maybe. They can say they got a lot of laughter, but it was not wisdom. It wasn't wisdom. Okay? And some people are worried about their independence, losing their independence, losing their wish fulfillment. Some people are worried about their business because Aries may hold a grudge because Aries played a role. Aries, they made a deal with the devil, baby. That's the short answer, honey. The short answer is they made a deal with the devil. The devil don't do no back season, erase season. You know, when we were little, it used to be the the games we used to play when we were childhood, like crisscross applesauce, and remember the stupid shit. Y'all might be too young, but in my generation, uh, you know, it was stupid games like that. You made up shit. You know, crisscross applesauce. I get my place back and no erases or just. I said crisscross applesauce. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, but like when you dealing with the devil, and I'm not talking about the devil in the sense of any religious constructs. When you make deals with corrupt individuals and enterprises, just roll with it like that. If you know, just move religion out the way. Okay, when you roll like that, okay, ain't you know they no honey, ain't no oopsies. There's no oopsies. Then I changed my mind, and you know why? Let me help y'all out there to explain. Okay. The answer is in the origin. When you dealt with a being or a person or a group that presented to you shady dealing. That's your foundation. Sit with it. That's the answer. The answer is in the origin. So it lets you know that they don't have any interest, that they're not governed or ruled by any kind of principles other than that of profit. So the origins was the reveal that, hey, their primary heart set and goal is profit. So if ever you think you're going to get to a point where you're going to appeal to anything else, you're going to be sorely mistaken and disappointed, because they're not going to be interested in that. They didn't seek you out for it. They didn't hire you for that. They hired you to be cold-hearted snake. They profiled you to make sure that you were. Okay? And once you take the bait, that's it. They're not looking for fairness. That's why you have to go back to the origins. And I think some of these people are realizing, like, they may not want to say it, but it's like, what else did you expect? What do you really think was going to happen? You thought that because you got the certain case of the changing of the mindsies, the origins showed you that their concern is profit, not heart. Because if they had heart, they wouldn't have been looking for you to do what they asked you to do. That should have been the answer right there. But we don't think that way, some of us. Because it's right there. It's in the face. It's in your face. It's right there. To go, well, maybe they'll understand, and maybe they'll understand. Maybe they'll have a heart. Maybe they'll just let me out of it. You know, forget it. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I'll take a, walk away, and maybe they'll have a heart. Maybe, no, they're not going to have a heart, and no, they're not going to understand. And I think these people know that. At least some of them know that, because they're like, nah, if they can do this to their own people, they can do it to you. They don't love you. It doesn't matter how much smoke they're blowing up your ass, in some cases literally blowing up some people. They don't love you. We've seen what they'll do when they're upset. They're upset at their relative for basically just standing up to them, and this turned into a full-fledged campaign of trying to kill them. So why the hell would they not do that to us? Somebody is realizing that they should have known when to listen and move on. Like they should have been paying attention. There were signs regarding the situation. They should have known their value, and somebody knows, like, okay, I should have acknowledged what went wrong in a situation. They could also be realizing, feminine, that you simply knew your value, and you just, you had to know when to move on in a situation, because when people don't, you're not going to just sit up and wait and fight and chase. Like, y'all graduated from those types of games. It's not going to be chasing people and initiating things all the time, and hand holding adults that don't have a problem bullying you and bullying other people. But when it comes to just acknowledging their shit, it's like they need to get their wisdom teeth pulled or something. Somebody could be realizing, like, they needed to learn how to be patient, or it's like all this wanting shit, competitive shit, like knowing your value, knowing why you want something, not being afraid to fail, at just being yourself, and going the proper and honorable route when at all possible, versus what all this trash is here. How to make and set these goals, but proper ones, not the kind that involves, causing problems for people and making this a standard and a way of life. And thinking that your life is supposed to be sunshine and rainbows and lollipops, and you're over here causing catastrophes and putting people's churn and shit weird. And like I said, for some of you, this could be a man or a woman, and for others of you, this could be both. This could be more than one person that people are afraid of. Okay, with them being in reverse, those are definitely cowardly energies, but they're bullies. These are people that will sacrifice motherfuckers in a New York minute to save their own ass, basically. Okay. So, I don't have no words. I just saw the initial T and the initial L when I looked over. So for some of you, initial T as in Tom, L as in Larry. Okay. I don't really have shit to say. I can't help these kind of folks. I stopped trying to help these kind of folks a long time ago, because I wasted a lot of years and time in my teachings and readings and my discussions. Cowards will be the type that always straddle the fence. And they're the kind that hide in the shadows, and they peek around, and they just try to see how the chips may fall, and they will shapeshift accordingly. And that's equally toxic. Okay, that's not legit. That's not courageous. That's implying that somebody is still not really transforming, it's more just about self-preservation and the saving of their own ass than it is about like, hey, I really want to be a better person. Like, I'm really not with this kind of shit no more. Because when you're really not with that kind of shit no more, you get to a point where you're ready to face the music. Appeasing Aries is not going to save none of these people. And what's sad is they're not going to know that until it's too late to know it. They receive Aries punishment. That's the bottom line. Aries don't care about them receiving their punishment either. In fact, it's a part of why Aries outsource as much as Aries do, because they're trying to get buffers for their ramification. Because when people willfully participate, they are taking on aspects of their karma. And they know that, and they are absolutely 100% okay with it. Okay, so let's see, y'all, to the individuals who continue to be cowards and afraid, like they're still going up and down the stairs and passing by the door, because I can see the pictures, I'm getting all the alerts. That's what they've been doing, and that's what they're going to continue to do, okay? And this is something I'm going to continue to say when I feel guided. Sometimes I won't mention none of it, and then I'll just come out of the left field and pull up a bunch of pictures when I feel like it. But it's to be understood that I know full well, okay? I've been known. The funny thing is, this ain't even new to me. I've known many, 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 many months ago that that's the kind of shit that they were doing. So let's do a just bear with me real quick. Let's see now, for those who stay cowardly out of the fear of the wrath of Aries, which is the narcissist in the reading, that they're gonna just continue just to be a coward, appease Aries, keep their secrets and whatever. Let's see. Ooh, I didn't know that was right there. Ooh. All right, let's see. So those who stay in this cowardly energy, let's see. What's going to happen? Oh, wow. It says they'll end up being stripped and reduced down to nothing because they didn't get out. It says karmics are being reduced and stripped down to nothing. ... Y'all better get out now. Oh, shit. It says toxic, karmic, dark witches, and warlock keep playing illusion games. It says fake death, hiding, trying to run from the law. So this is a karmic that could be trying to fake their death. Oh my gosh. They're trying to fake their death, running from the law. Is it that serious? So if these are people who are helping this Aries high, they may get in trouble for some type of accessory or aiding and abetting. Wow. Hypocrite and double standard, Oklahoma, Lisa, or the initial L. Yeah, they may end up getting into some kind of trouble for maybe nepotism. Okay. And I don't know if you all know like the legal technical term, but nepotism is basically where someone in a certain position has preferential treatment for their like friends and family. So it's like they will give favor to a family member, friend, whether they're qualified or not. They'll also, give them, um, allow them things that are against the rules, or the rules, the ordinances, the program, the policies. They'll allow a little variance for their own friends and family. Okay. That's kind of a nepotism vibe. But when it comes to everyone else, it's like strenuous, letter of the law, fine tooth combing, projecting, scapegoating. You see that? So it's like hypocrite, double standard. So somebody may end up getting in trouble for something like that because they could have tried to act real legalistic, and it's going to come out that they are operating in nepotism, or that they bent the rules for friends and family, that stuff like that. Think they're better than Yusuf. Okay, oh boy, Atlanta. So there could be something connected to somebody named Yusuf, Yusif. Think they're better than Atlanta, exposing all of them MFers. It says feminine exposing. They're going to end up exposed. That tried to act like they were better than you. Yeah. Sibling rivalry. Yeah, they're going to get exposed. And as being addicted to doing dark magic but hiding it. So yeah, so these people are going to be connected to this karma, okay, because they knew it. So they're going to end up exposed right along with this motherfucker, and they're all going to be exposed as being addicted to doing dark magic. For some, it's going to be about a man that secretly hates women, but use them for sex to feel powerful. Or a woman that secretly hates women, but use them for sex to feel powerful. I mean, take it how it is. Children and adults' bodies. They will lose a badge. Okay, somebody's going to lose a badge. Good gravy, God. If they don't get out, they're going to lose a badge, yo. That's what the card says. A fucking badge. The people who stay cowards. Because I did notice, like I told y'all, I don't know if the cop person is on vacation or gone, because I haven't seen them on the premises for some weeks, at least a few weeks. So, people do travel, they go on vacation, but I found it to be very odd. Very, very odd. And I only thought of that right now because it says we'll lose a badge. Okay. Yeah, these are people that's attacking your health. It says they attack your health to make you tired. Yeah, this is why this is supposed to get real ugly for these people that stay connected to this person and that continues to assist them with this shit. Wow. Out of the U.S. across the water. So, I told you. Out of the U.S. across the water. Something to do with that. Brian. Toxic folks will reap everything that they did to feminine and masculine. They're going to end up with some type of major adverse effects due to their constant spell work. So these people are going to be on the receiving end of the major adverse effects. Ooh. Brittany. Regret but not remorseful. They will all regret it by the end of the year. Oh, shit. It says they'll all regret it by the end of the year. We're already, shit, it's down to the wire. And it's something to do with January of 2023. Whatever took place in January of 2023, something to, oh, shit. 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 They sent chaos and conflict. Listen, y'all already know. Y'all know what they've been doing. It says they sent chaos and conflict spells to your work and your home environment. Ooh-wee. This is finna get good, nigga. Love yourself first. Yeah, you learned how to love yourself first. That's what they needed to be doing in life. These people didn't like you loving yourself. Ex-church friends that are stalking and praying word curses, they ass is finna get got. They stole a financial inheritance and a gift, and they paid people to lie. So these liars are going to get their very same consequence. Ain't that some shit? Fake kindness exposed. Chris. Some of these people are going to have $100,000 deficit for this shit. For constantly trying to set collective up. Set up, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Sex addiction's gone wrong. A masculine was lying when he spoke negative about feminine for karmics. But this gets exposed and he regrets it. Feminine learns how powerful she is and how to let go. A fake paternity test and corrupt practitioners. Good gravy. Divine feminine's parents are toxic karmic narcissists and she knows it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. They're going to be stuck with these darkness. And they're going to be trying to disguise their appearance out of fear. These karmics, this cult leader, Aries, could already be trying to disguise themselves. Hoodies and you know, Jackie O, Archie Herbin glasses and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? The rest of these motherfuckers going to end up in that energy because it's going to get real for all of them. The ones who stay cowardly. I was asking about what's going to happen to the motherfuckers who allow themselves to stay in this, they scared of this bitch. Or these niggas. Or this couple. Whatever. Okay? Which is code to me, feminine. This is code for I'd rather it be you, feminine, than me. And since that's people's attitudes, then you're going to hold that same vibration. It's funny how people want you to be super sensitive and caring, but they'll sacrifice you if it means it gets to save them. It's like, nigga, please. You better show up or don't look at me. Don't fucking look at me. Because that's the double standard. That's that entitlement to you, feminine. You're supposed to care. You're supposed to be empathetic. You're supposed to, you know, blase, you know, and put your life on the line, your neck on the line for me. Put your life on the line, your neck on the line. But when it comes down to it, some of these people will cower if they have to choose. And they'll let it be you. They'll scapegoat you.
Oh, fucking great.
They'll scapegoat your ass. But then look at you like, okay, so for the ones who get the courage, I'm going in my DDD deck. Okay, I just saw Capricorn, Dina. For the ones who gets the courage to face Aries or stand up, do the, you know, the honorable thing and, you know, call it out, expose it, put it to a stop, blase. What do we have here? All right, so to those who do that, they'll be initiating themselves into a new high vibe soul tribe connection to be able to meet newer healthy people. It'll become easier for them to read energy because they'll be disconnecting from the spell of Aries.
I can't seem to miss shit.
They'll be able to get on a vacation getaway. I have Veronica, and I have Reiki Center. Angel, Patricia, Vico, CL, Tony, Lillian. Okay, I was looking for the Dharma. There it is. Financial miracle. So for those who step into their courage, it says a financial miracle and grace will be somehow granted. Somebody will tap into a sense of laughter again. Maybe they haven't had nothing to laugh at. They'll be able to see the humor. It says joy, joy, bliss, bliss. You no longer feel you miss. They'll be able to recapture joy, realizing that empty folks don't know how to love. They just know how to perform for goods and services. Realizing that people were doing spells. This could be a masculine that's going to realize that his friends and family was doing spells on them. I have Elena, and then I have you'll have a peace and quiet environment, no bugaboos. Good gracious God. Darrell Jr., yes, bitch. Shit. Oh, that's all we've been looking for. It's like, leave us the fuck alone unless you want to die, nigga. Shit. Leave us alone or unless you want problems. And then be looking at us to the left when problems arise like we started something. It says feminine and masculine's children are healing. Like, because these people kept trying to make the kids sick. You know, recovery for your children. Darrell Jr. People better do the right. They better do the honorable thing or else. Maisha. Illegally, they put you on a watch list. But not because you're dangerous, but they're prejudiced and jealous. Okay, so there'll be an increase. So the other one, see, they had $1,000 deficit for something to do with 2023. You all, or whoever decides to become courageous and do the honorable thing by the collective, will end up having a $10,000 annual increase. Okay, and I have Ray, Kanisha. Yeah, I already know. I know they're in my energy. I'm going to have some fun with them in a minute. Sheila, Lamont, Ramon. I'm going to have some fun with that ass. Complete clarity. So for people who get the courage, they're going to be able to walk into complete clarity. As long as you fucking with Aries and this bullshit, this cold shit, you're going to live a life of confusion forever. People who have the courage will end up being open-minded, disciplined, complete clarity. We have April. Could be something to do that happened in April. Somebody's going to gain some respect when they're able to do the honorable thing and courageous thing. Respect and healthy boundaries. Standing up for self. Okay, that's gaining respect. Your dignity. Beneficial surprise. FICO score. It says feminine prove them all wrong. They hate this. Yeah. Okay, so collective. So if these people, the ones who get the courage, again, this is, yay. This is, that part was for them. If they get the courage, that's kind of the benefit. They may get to connect with you. They may get, you know, some restoration to their credit, their monies. They may get some dignity and respect back because, you know, they faced themselves and they faced the music instead of being scaredy cats. Okay. So here is encouragement for you, though, collective. This is what you need to know about it as far as you're concerned, your energy and vibe and supporting you. Okay. It says, I walk into every room like I own the place, even if I'm lost. That's you. You know, you don't care. And people want you to feel, it's that whole, we're powerful in numbers. And that's supposed to make you feel weakened. You don't give a fuck. You don't care. You're like, you can come in at 12 deep, bitch. I don't care, nigga. Because if it take 30 of you for me, you already gave me the key. You already let me know what I need to know. That I'm better than you. Yesterday, I was thinking that, listen, the reason why I said y'all better follow me, because it's not what you think. You're better because your heart. You're better than them. That's right. That's correct. You're better than them. Their behavior has proven it every day that you are. And the fact that they got to recruit 30 witches, wizards, and warlocks and corrupt officials to fuck with you proves it. The fact that they are reduced themselves to that kind of conduct proves it. It's not about this superficial, shallow shit in which they govern shit. You're better than them because you have heart. You have decorum. You have taste. You have limits and standards, and they have none. They have absolutely the fuck none. That's why you're better than them. They'll do anything to anybody for kibbles and bits of Snickers. Look at collective, gone. It says, I am the plot twist that everybody should have seen coming. And they didn't see you coming. You were an easy target. At least so they thought. At least that's what the co-leader told them. Co-leader don't know you from Adam. Even if they grew up with you, they don't know you. It says, I refuse to be dragged into drama unless I am the cat. I refuse to be dragged into drama unless I am cast as the main villain. So, ooh, child, y'all like, look, I ain't finna deal with this. But if I do, I'm gonna make a problem for everybody. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna play no petty role. So, cause y'all, yeah, you got a big energy. You're like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not a minion or a pawn. So I'm the biggest chess piece on the board, bitch. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it large. If I'm gonna, get in some drama, I'm finna to make problems. I'm gonna make big problems because you shouldn't have fucked with my piece. You shouldn't have fucked with me. So now it's gonna be problems. Y'all collective, y'all funny. Y'all like shit. People should let me alone, Bloomy. They insist. They love triggering. They love that. They get a high off of it. So keep getting a high off it. You like, well, keep getting high off of it. then. Y'all funny. Okay. I'm a force of nature. Good gravy. Yeah, you are. Collective soul. This is for y'all. I'm a force of nature. Maldestruction is part of the process. You love it. You're like, fuck it. If they're gonna put me in drama, it says I refuse to be dragged into drama unless, okay, I'm not gonna be the main villain. I'm gonna fuck up all shit. Now, this is gonna make everybody go into timeout and sit in the corner to think about their perspective decisions. We're trying to fuck with me. Because now everybody's finna have I'm finna be problems. It's finna be problems. I protect my energy like a dragon hoards gold. Yeah. See, what happens is when people be trying to block, like break through your protection, that's when you show them that you will become the main villain. It's like, oh, so you thought, oh, okay. So you want to break my protection, you say. You want to break through my fortress, huh? You gonna wish you didn't do that. I'm gonna make sure of it. You want to break down my protection, huh? You want to make me and my children vulnerable, you say. You're going to wish you didn't do that. Mm-hmm. I choose ease. But if necessary, look, I just said it. You choose ease. But if necessary, I also choose pettiness. Okay? You don't want to be petty. And in fact, you try to not even feed it because you know that's what they're doing. You know they're just baiting. You know they're just looking for energy. They're just looking for supply. They're just looking to be relevant in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So you avoid it, but you're straddling this proverbial seesaw. And it's like, okay, you okay. Curveball. And it will still have some pizzazz and je ne sais quoi and some fucking can't find other words, bitch. You know, and still be classy. You know what I'm saying? In some kind of way, bitch. It's going to still not be the way they want. You see what I'm saying? They want you to get ghetto. They want you to get ignorant acting like them. They want you to do that. They want you to do that so they can put that on camera. They want you to get, come being ghetto, loud, knocking on doors, threatening. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do that. That's a part of why they're doing the baiting in the first place. Let's keep going up and down the stairs and throwing shit out the door. So maybe we can eventually, no, you just giving me ammo. And I think I showed that earlier. I embrace my flaws because perfection is boring. And you're not boring. Yes. You're doing the best you can. And that is either inspiring or concerning. Yeah. So listen, you're doing the best you can. And this is inspiring some people. But then it's concerning to those who've got a problem with you because you are exposing what the fuck they're doing to you and your children. And by you exposing what they're doing to you and your children, it's also leading to the truth about who and what they are in general. I have survived every bad day so far, so my track record is solid. Yeah, they don't understand who they fucking with. Some of these people don't understand you done had sophisticated shit done to you since before you even knew, before you came out your mother's hoo-ha. For some of you. But since before you even came out, the crazies, motherfuckers, was already getting it going. And for others of you, as soon as you came out, you know, they didn't have sophisticated level shit on you. So there ain't none of these motherfuckers that doing that ain't been done. They don't understand that. And they also don't understand of like antibodies. You know how you get tolerance level for certain things when you get it, like if you get the chicken pox, if you get you know, certain shit is like you build this. Yeah, they don't have the wisdom and understanding about that either. It says, I'm too powerful to be humbled today. These people keep trying to humble you. For what? I don't know. Because you refuse to be punked. It's a trip, isn't it? How people feel so called and entitled to actually try to humble you because you won't be punked. It ain't trying to humble you. They can't even humble themselves, but they're trying to humble you. Ain't that fascinating? Ain't that some shit? They can't smell their own poop. But they want to teach you a lesson because they don't like you. You refuse to be punked. You speak your mind. That's the definition of a narcissist. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say it. And I'm not sorry. Cancel, delete, destroy, and create, bitch. I don't care if there's no diagnosis. That's an antagonistic, toxic NPC character vibe. Have a problem with somebody who stands up for themselves, speaks up for themselves. Who has a problem with such a thing? An antagonistic personality, a parasitical energy, NPC character.